Life in Rome was revolved around the city of Rome. The ancient Rome culture was grown through the almost 1200 years of Rome civilization. The city of Rome was the largest populated city in that time. The population was almost 3.5 million people. And also Rome was a main city in Roman economic system. Usually leaders of the country such as the king and the senate members lived in Rome, and also the main occasions and places such as Colosseum were situated in the main city, which is Rome. In Rome, there were many people who were migrating from different countries and places. So there was a wide scale of cultural events, religions, architecture, painting, sculpture, laws, and especially literature grew in high level. In these days, Christians who immigrated from other countries were treated in a bad way because their culture was combined with Catholic religion. In these days, social hierarchy took a big place in the culture. There were 4 classes in this society, and also they divided it into 2 classes, which were upper class and the lower class. They were aristocrats, equestrians, common citizens, and slaves. The highest class was the aristocrats, who were the Senate members, and there were almost 300 families which were combined with Senate. So there might be 300 members who participated in the Senate. This class, which was aristocrats, was really powerful and they helped the king to control the country. The equestrians were merchants, bankers, and government builders who were really rich in money and wealth. They were only second of aristocrats. The common citizens were city mobs, industrial workers, and farmers. This class had to work for the upper class people and they had to supply food and services, especially farmers had to supply their crops to the upper class people. The lowest class was the slaves. They had to work forever until they get older. They got released when they can't do anything any longer. There were some slaves who were trained to be gladiators for people to watch. Other slaves who were not doing any of these jobs were taken as servants, doorkeepers, little bearers, and messengers in rich homes. There were some Greek people who worked as slaves, but they didn't have a hard time doing slavery because they were the teachers in those days, and Greek people were really famous for good education. So for the upper class people, aristocrats and equestrians were included, and for the lower class, common citizens and slaves included. At the first time when Jesus was born, Roman Empire was ruled the country, which ruled the whole Mediterranean land, which was the whole Europe, which divided Europe from Asia and Africa. In Roman Republic, majority of people were Roman Catholic, and for Christians, Jesus had told them to forgive enemies and be good to everyone, to be pure, and to worship only for God. So every Christian worshipped only for the God that Jesus told, and they didn't participate in other festivals which were for other gods in Roman Catholic religion. Because of these behaviors of Christians, Roman people thought that they are working against the culture, and they thought that Christians are unpatriotic. So lots of Christians were banished. That's why in the social hierarchy, Christians were in the lower class, which were slaves. However, Christian people tried to spread their religion in the Roman Empire. In Rome, poor people believed in Christianity because Christian churches treated them in a good way, so the people turned into Christianity. Because of these reasons, Roman people used Christians to fight in the Colosseum instead of using elephants and lions. When we take these stuff together, Roman Empire was kind of a strict empire. In Roman Empire, people learned both Greek and Latin languages. They also taught to speak, write, philosophy, and a little bit of science. There were some rich boys who were sent to Athens to study, and also there were some slaves who were educated. Women were not educated. They spent their lives in their houses. Romans were wrote in Latin language, and it was there for thousands of years. Latin was used for medicine and scientific words. Roman literature was influenced by Greek literature. There was music in those days, and music took a big place in Roman culture. The music also influenced by Greek music, but there was a big difference between Roman music and Greek music, because Greek music was made up by religion. Greek music was based on religion, but Roman music was not. There were different topics for music, but there was only one melody for every song. Romans were used the same melody and put words for that.